hear you're ready for your dose of reality.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Doctor. I can't do this.
Come on, man.
No!
Come on, your fans want to see what we have to say.
No! This was one of the worst!
Hey, I had to do this in a robe. So you know what? You're coming back.
I am not!
Yes, you are.
Going home!
No, you're not going home. Get in here.
No!
I said get in here.
Stop! No!
I need to drag you back in.
You're not dragging me! No!
Get in here.
No!
Get in
Oh!
here.
Oh!
Sit down.
All right, okay.
Sit down.
Okay, I'll sit down. God.
Am I going to have to stand here to make sure you don't run?
No, I'll stay here. I promise. God,
Keep an eye on him.
God, yeah, I have to do this now. No!
All right. So since we're going to do it, you're going to do it right. Start over.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Doctor Quack Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Maine. You see, I'm happy about this.
That's because everybody went to the popcorn stand and they wanted to make sure they got all their food because the main event here, Hogan against the Warrior.
Oh, boy. Yes, title for title match. This had been building slightly before the Royal Rumble, but the Royal Rumble really is when it started, when we had the stare down between Hogan and the Warrior. But as I watched this match, this is really all I could think of. This match really felt like it belonged on Pornhub.
The gayness in this match is pretty high.
Well, the action was very intense, and it wasn't overtly a homosexual encounter. It really had a lot of undertones of camera angles. Like, I hope our guy can find it, but if not, when they're doing the Greco-Roman knuckle lock and the Warrior's on his knees shaking his head, and it's right in front of Hogan's crotch. I mean, it looked like this.
Yeah, Max Payne. That's right, Reasons. Was out there playing the national anthem.
Yes, and just like Elias, he actually really can play. He's not like Jeff Jarrett just walking down the ring with a guitar so that he can hit people with it. Max Payne really could play.
Security staff. But my two-finger salute joined this right here because Missy Hyatt, I'm going to get an interview with Ric Flair. Yeah, she got shushed away. I'm sorry, yes. She was a beautiful woman in the early 90s, but honestly, she couldn't do much else more than stand there and look pretty. She was god-awful.
Yeah, her height and her intelligence are the same number.
Yes, so she gets my two-finger salute.
And I think that I'm going to just double down on this one. I'm not going to give Missy Hyatt the entire spray. I'm just going to give one part of Missy Hyatt the spray. Because that thing has been used and abused. So therefore, Missy Hyatt, he's right, in the early 90s you were a beautiful woman, but you also were a mattress back. You do not belong on television, and now that you've abused your body with plastic and you are a god-awful version of yourself that discovered plastic surgery, I hope we don't have to see too much more of you.
But now I'm going to move on to my two-finger salute.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you're giving it for.
Oh, yeah.
You're a little more specific than the whole match. I want to know exactly what earned your two-finger salute.
I'm going to tell you what earned my two-finger salute. It was this segment that happened directly after this match.
You're giving it to the whole segment?
I am. I am giving this to the whole segment. Sean Mooney. Yes. Sean Mooney came out there and was interviewing the crowd, right? He was asking about rhythm and blues and everything. And then all of a sudden, he's got to go, oh, there's Mary Tyler Moore. Oh, let's go over and interview her. You can tell she was completely thrown off by this. Like, this was not set up very well. You know, he's asking her, do you have how many albums do you have with the Honky Tonk Man? She's like, all of them, you know. And Greg the Hammer looking like Elvis. Yeah, that whole segment was a complete botch. And that gets my 2-finger salute.
Pulled you back the other way. The count was broken and you had to start over. And Tony Schiavone did a great job of explaining that through the time. So, Tony Schiavone, I'm actually giving you credit. You finally did something right.
Good job, Blast Joe. You finally got the win.
Well, he was good backstage, but this is the first time in front of the microphone, in front of the crowd, he did something right. And for those of you that want to know how to call a match where you have to explain to the fans, the average fans, the rules without drowning them in it, Tony Schiavone, this was a good example of that. So, good job, Tony Schiavone. Man, that's 3 Chuck Norris approves.
Yes. Roddy Piper against Bad News Brown.
I'm going to do it. Oh, I hated this match.
Holy Testicle Tuesday.
Even at this time, this match was not very well accepted. We had the Hot Rod and the Hot Scott. Yeah. Now, all reports indicate that everybody in the back and Bad News Brown was fine with this. It made no sense in their feud. It made no sense at WrestleMania. Bad News Brown deserved better. Roddy Piper deserved better. All in all, this match just was wrong. A year, he brought it up that they've been there a year with Jesse Ventura and Tony Schiavone. And one of the very first things that Jesse Ventura said was, just a moment of time, McMahon.
He did. He literally has said McMahon on this show.
And Tony Schiavone, whether he was flabbergasted, whether he was being his usual craptacular self, he said nothing, did not make a reference to it, just was quiet for about 5 seconds, and then he started talking again.
It was horrible.
Yeah. And I hope this coming up is your 2-finger salute.
Yes, it is. The 2-finger salute.
God, I love that sound. Can you give him the torture sound? Give it to him. Give it to him hard.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you're gonna take this, and this doesn't go towards the Undertaker. This goes directly towards the Giant Gonzalez. Let me tell you, he was horrible. Yes, I know you're an 8-foot tall giant, and Vince loves his giants, but you, sir, suck. You were worse than Uncle Elmer. I'm telling you, your mobility was horrible, your selling was horrible, and I'm sorry, Harvey Wippleman, yes, you got involved in this 2-finger salute, but this time, this is your guy, and this was horrible. This match here, Undertaker Giant Gonzalez deserves my 2-finger salute.
You got Macho Man pulling up the toga so we see the blue underwear.
Oh, God,
Bobby Heenan. Now, before we go any further, I want to say Macho Man brought absolutely nothing to this show on his commentary.
Oh, my God.
He actually hurt the commentary. I really felt like we would have been better off with Woody. There's a snake in my boots. I really felt this was Chucky with a Macho Man voice. I was getting ready to hear, he wanna play?
I gave it 2.5.
Okay.
I loved how he was at Coke level 7 at this point towards the end, because he was gone, brother.
Oh, he was out there, all right.
That's right. He was 180, 360, 270. He was all gone, man. Here comes my 2-finger salute.
And it's appropriate.
And this is appropriate here. You had an imitation Bill Clinton coming up on this next segment. Todd Pettengill doing his great interviewing skills, great. Over there, and you had IRS sitting in the background, not to mention Jack Tunney, former president of the WWF, sitting next to him. But just the stupidity of this segment. We're not even in DC, we're in New York. Why did you have Bill Clinton come out there, a fake Bill Clinton, and give a promo, not only to IRS, but also did it to the $1 Million Man later on. This was freaking horrible. It gets my 2 finger salutes.
Yes, and at this guy. And this is for his fireworks that he had on those mirrors.
But at least he had good-looking women holding those mirrors.
And then we get to look at Duckface Lex Luger after that.
Yeah, that was lame.
Doink the Clown was one of the greatest gimmicks ever. Heel Doink the Clown, but you, Dink the Clown! Dink the Clown! It should not be called Dink the Clown, it should be called Punt the Clown.
Oh my God, was he horrible. My Quack Attack! This is the first time I have ever given my Quack Attack award to an opening match. Because this match, I believe, was the best opening match I've ever seen. That was Bret the Hitman Hart taking on his younger brother, Owen.
That's the reason they put Bret Hart and Owen Hart in the opening position in this match. As he's always said, is a setting for the table. This table was an entire buffet. This thing was put together. The former Rena Mero, who's now known as Rena Mero Lesnar. Sorry, Sable, you don't belong in wrestling. You never belonged in wrestling. You destroyed your ex-husband's career. You almost destroyed your current husband's career.
Do you have a second cam, producer? You didn't bring it?
Hold on. Here you go. For you as well. If you would like to give some...
Holy
God!
Testicle
It is so cathartic, isn't it?
It is! Yeah, that I will give congratulations to. He did become 5-time world champion. Nobody had done it at that time.
Nobody had been a 4-time champ at that time either, so he didn't need it. It was Hogan's fragile ego. By the way, this is his last WrestleMania for a long time.
Right, because he went to WCW,
where he had creative control from the get-go.
Yeah.
And so, I'm going to do something I've never done before. This match gets -2 stars.
Oh!
Hulk Hogan, your ego sucks. You may have been a big deal in the first 6 WrestleManias. You did a great thing. All of a sudden, you realized that you were the show, which was true. You were the show, and your ego took over, and now you had to always win, always have the title. I blame you for being a large portion of why WCW failed, and a large reason why TNA is in the crapper that it is, that nobody cares about TNA. It's because of your ego, so you ruined this match. -2 stars because you should get out of wrestling. Your time has come and gone.
Yeah, there's a saying in the business. The 3 things that made wrestling great: Internet, Hulk Hogan, Vince McMahon. The 3 things that killed the wrestling business: Internet, Vince McMahon, and Hulk Hogan.
Yes. And so that's why I'm going to do something I've never done before. Usually everybody gets some kind of credit. This time, Hogan killed this entire match because this was 100% Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, this is one of the lowest ones. I felt this was worse than Hogan and Sid in WrestleMania 8. I gave it a 1/2 star. I kept it positive, but not by much, because Yoko did the job, and I felt like he shouldn't have had to take this.
Okay, so the only positive is that Yokozuna became a 2-time world champion because of this kerfuffle.
Yeah.
That I'm trying to keep from not swearing and just launching a sailor's tirade on Hulk Hogan. But I used to be a Hulk Hogan fan until I got into the wrestling business and understand how much of a cancer he actually is to the wrestling business.
Hello, I'm Lord Alfred Hayes.
And I'm Vince Russo! I'm Vince Bishop! I'm somebody! You know, I'm important! We're important today!
Oh yes, see, we're going to bring you 2021's Fastlane.
You know, I'm so excited about this show. This is going to be the greatest show in wrestling history. Every other show before pales in comparison to this show, and it's so awesome, and we get to talk about it.
No, I am Doctor Quack, and this is Fastlane. Who are you again?
I'm Vince Bischoff.
But that's our show here. I also want to give a shout out to Molly Holly. Congratulations on making the Hall of Fame. Well deserved. But that is our show here. I'm Dr. Quack.
And I'm somebody. I think I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, this week. I think I've channeled out the garbage that is here. Let me get right and do this right here. Lastly, suck. Like, share, subscribe for the important one, Mr. Mayhem. Make sure you do it.
And check out our shows this week. And I'm out.